Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the show. I am your host, Saber, and this is the Saber Show. Welcome. This is a new little series that will be starting in the channel. It won't really be happening all the time. It won't be like a weekly thing or a monthly thing. It kind of will be at random, simply as how the world kind of, interacts with itself. I will be making this to kind of point out interesting things that I find happening in real life and things that I kind of want to mention. Most of my content is gaming, as you know, but I don't want to make my content only gaming. So the Saber Show is here to cover everything else from checking out items to events in the real world to even having guests come in and talk and ask questions and interact with them. All of these things will be taking part in the Saber Show. So if you want to participate or view any of these future events that are going to happen, go ahead and stick around. And first up in our agenda, we have VTubers and baseball. What's going on? A yay or nay situation. Honestly, I don't know who these VTubers are. I tried to find their names. I couldn't find their names on Google, and I didn't really give myself that long to search. I just know that all of the ones that were picked were blue. I do know Gouda. I do know her simply because I think she's like the most popular one. It's the one I always see on TikTok. She did sing. She sung Dodgers baseball or some back to the baseball game. I forgot what it was. I don't have the video. If you want to check it out, there's plenty on TikTok and YouTube. Check out the VTubers themselves. It does look like the Western world is starting to adapt on these VTuber models. It is being talked about a lot in the internet. Is getting mixed results, with most people having positive results, seeing it as a way of people kind of broadening their knowledge on what other things there is in the world, simply because anime was seen as a childish thing and now it's being viewed as a more adult niche kind of entertainment. So people are talking about it more and kind of trying to bring it up to light, I guess. I kind of wanted to talk more about the average person's point of view. I'm talking about the 9 to 5 kind of worker, the person that never heard about Gouda or anime VTubers or doesn't even know what a VTuber is. I'm talking about the person that's been working their 9 to 5, goes home, probably watches a couple shows, maybe doesn't even watch shows because he doesn't have time for that. You know, that's kind of person. What is their life? Maybe a boomer. What would a boomer think? And honestly, they must be extremely confused because whatever boomer passed out in the baseball game and woke up to Gouda singing welcome or something baseball song must have been a extremely confusing thing to wake up to. But I assume I assume they'll get used to it simply because it is anime is a very broad thing and there isn't just this. That is does have gore and it does have other stuff into it that we will get later on in the video. Next up is mixed sorcery. A lot of anime now that I noticed. As you can tell on the anime topic, McDonald's and Jujutsu Kaisen have made a special collab. Probably something to do with the fact that the series is reaching its peak or climax in the manga, I believe, with Sukuna getting messed up by Todo and Yuji. So shout out to those two for kicking Sukuna's ass. Uh, the sauce has gotten mixed results. The Modano Jujutsu Kaisen sauce has been reported to have a strong garlic smell with a hint of pepper. The flavor is the same, strong garlicky with a hint of pepper, also being claimed to be slightly spicy by some people. The taste is similar to Szechuan sauce, which reports stated that it was either a hit or miss for people. Either people really liked it or people didn't like it. And this sauce seems to be pretty much the same. Real life adventure. A man was jailed for holding a replica of a Master Sword from Zelda. And this is the guy, as you can see. Perfect perfect resemblance. The man says he thought it was a fidget toy, which, as you can tell, it is a fidget toy. It's one of the little swords you probably see on TikTok a lot that you can unsheath and quickly sheath with the flick of your thumb. Um, he mentioned how that he bought it online and how the sword was super tiny, as you can tell for the fact that it's smaller than a ruler. The reason he got arrested was because I think it was in a Walmart. He was carrying it around and people got concerned, so they called the cops. And the main reason he actually got arrested was because apparently he he approached the cops with the sword unsheathed, which wouldn't have been a big deal if it wasn't for the fact that this happened in the UK, and the UK has different laws on these kind of things than we do in America. And due to that, the even though it was a replica, it's still classified as a weapon due to the fact it was semi-sharp. He did pull it out unhinged, unsheathed towards the cops. He did, in fact, go ahead and plead guilty to brandishing a weapon, even though it was a replica. He went ahead and mentioned to the cops that he thought it was a fidget toy that he bought online. Admitted to the offense and paid £154, which for us Americans is approximately around $200. The specific amount being $199.88, but you could just round it up. And yeah, he went to jail for 4 months because of that. All this happening in the UK. Hope for the best for this guy. Next up, we got new tech. Samsung Galaxy went ahead and announced all its new technology this month on July 10th. A lot of the new things are things that I will not be reviewing simply because they are expensive and I do not have the money. But one of the things I will try to review is the Galaxy C Fold, the big one over here. I will try to review it and I will try to post a video on it. So stay tuned for that. Simply because I do want it and I do think it would help me a lot with stuff that I gotta do in real life. Simply because it's a very versatile phone. Uh, and now on its I guess on the summary of the whole presentation that Samsung did or the live event that they did, maybe because you guys didn't see it or weren't interested. Galaxy went ahead and did a live on July 10th, I believe, and they mentioned their features. Not a lot of crazy things to be expected. The Galaxy C Fold is basically the same redesign as the old Galaxy 5 Fold. The only difference is that it's slightly upgraded in different concepts. The screen a little tougher, the camera is a little better, the screen's a little brighter, the hinge closes a little more, essentially kind of things like that. Their main objective was to kind of shout out their Galaxy AI that does help not just translate languages but do various other tasks like search up images, search up items, draw for you, do a lot of things that honestly are very helpful and neat, nitpicky, things that most people don't want to do because it requires too much time and nitpicking, but AI can really do easily and effortlessly. So great investment, but again, not too many big changes. On the flip side, which is the little smaller one, a lot of upgrades to the display on the front side of the on the folded side. Again, the inside is slightly brighter, slightly tougher, closes a little bit better. Again, not much aside from customization options on the front screen, which, if that's your thing, I guess so, go ahead. When it comes to these two phones, most of the things that were kind of prioritized were features, displays, kind of things that don't that aren't really fully integrated into what makes the phone a phone, right? It isn't like, oh, graphics so much better or it does something new. It's a phone. It's slightly better than the last one. You're not much of a upgrade in leaps and bounds in a sense. It isn't your Galaxy Fold 1 compared to your Galaxy Fold 6. It's just a small upgrade. When it comes to the watches, the lower one, because there's a Pro and then there's a normal. The normal, basic reviews, it is a watch. It does what a watch does, just like the other Galaxy watches previous to its own. When it comes to the Galaxy Pro watch, most of the reviews are negative, claiming to be a ripoff of Apple's Pro Watch, claiming that it's unoriginal and they are not sticking to their design, as well as the fact that it's clearly clickbaity. They clearly want to do what's working instead of doing their own thing. And a lot of people have mentioned that from all the reviews that I've seen from this. The design, the shape of it, the band is all a straight copy from the Apple Watch Pro. Again, people didn't like the fact that it comes with a square like vessel, but the ring is circular because they believe that. So the things that they people have mentioned has been that they seem like they're trying to do one thing instead of trying to do their own thing, which is not something they like. I personally won't be really seeing any excitement towards these on my behalf, simply because I have an Apple Watch. I mean, not Apple Watch, Galaxy Watch, and they just do the same thing every generation. Just a little tougher, water resistant or not, kind of that situation. And next up is the Galaxy Pro Buds. These are stated to be better than the previous designs and previous generations. Obviously, not topping some of the best earbuds in the market, like Bose and Jabra Elites and all those, but clearly a way better upgrade. The sound cancellation has been stated to not be the best, but better than before. It won't keep you quiet in airport, but it will muffle the sounds. And last but not least, we got the ring. The ring is the Samsung ring, which I personally was kind of hyped and waiting for the most. And personally, I was disappointed the most, simply because the ring is nothing more than a health checker. For individuals who must keep their health in check or enjoy keeping their health in check at all times, this would probably be a great versatile object to have. Personally, I don't. I don't like keeping track of my health, simply because I find it tedious to constantly have items on me that keep track of my health. That's why I don't wear the watch that much, which is why I don't upgrade the watch, because I don't use it that much. So why upgrade it? Um, I don't tend to like wearing jewelry, so having a ring on all the time isn't really something that I would probably be doing. That's why I will not be buying it. The newer model or the model when it comes out is stated that it will have less of these ridges sticking in your finger, making it a more smooth and sleeker design. Um, it does track your sleep and it tracks your heart rate and all that. So I assume you would. I assume it's expected to be worn during sleep. But again, I don't like wearing rings, especially when I'm sleeping. So not something I will be trying out. The reason I thought I was so hyped for it was because I thought it was gonna be something similar to like those TikTok rings that you've seen on the internet, where like you click a button and it skips to the next TikTok or the next Instagram reel. I thought it was gonna be something like that, but far more advanced. And I thought it was gonna have like a touch sensitive side or something, and you would be able to like kind of use it as a remote control. For instance, if you have your phone taking a picture, right? Some of these phones fold, so you can fold your phone so it can take a picture at an angle, or you know, take the picture, and then you can use the touch sensitive side on the ring, click it, touch it, and take the picture. Or if you're watching a YouTube video, you can swipe to the right or swipe down, and it can skip the next video. I thought that was kind of the direction they were gonna take the Galaxy Ring to, but they didn't. They instead went with a glorified health device, which to each his own. And next up, we got Nintendo versus not safe for work content. Not much to say about this. I didn't really do its research simply because I didn't feel like it and I didn't have enough time. And it's kind of self-explanatory. There was from the story I've heard about it from you know a review and a video I saw. Essentially, a worker from Nintendo saw that people were making non-safe for work content of their characters, and he kind of brought it up to the head staff and was like, "Yo, are these things something we approve of?" And well, Nintendo decided to launch a all-out I want to say like removal of these things, or they claim that that's what they're gonna do. But let's be honest, they're not gonna get close. They're probably gonna take out like a website or two and then get horrifically demolished by whatever they see and just completely stop. So this fight is not gonna end well. We all know not safe for work content is gonna win. Next up is Uzumaki anime adaptation. Yeah, Uzumaki is a manga that has been airing or not airing, but aired a while ago. I know that it's been existing for a while now, for as long as I've been aware that a manga and anime existed. So which is a couple years now, or at least a couple more than a little. Um, yeah, Uzumaki has been a great manga. I haven't really read it, all of it. I have watched reviews. People go ahead and give it a great reviews. Claim to be on the horror side rather than the scary side. Scary side would be more like your Insidious jump scares, Five Nights at Freddy's. Horror is more like your Subnautica. You're being stuck in a forest by yourself. This is kind of the whole uh thing he does. He's more of a horror creator that rather than a scare creator. And yeah, Uzumaki, the balloon head story, all of these stories are kind of stories where you don't know why things are going on, but they are going on. And well, it kind of brings, it brings the airy mystery and ambience that most people tend to find amusing and entertaining. And he's having an anime adaptation, so seeing his work being turned from book to film will honestly be interesting to see how all that plays out. I hope for the best, and as a fellow creator, I hope his creations do well. Next up, Doctor Disappointment. Don't even want to say his name. To be completely straightforward, nothing's been outright admitted, but he's never said that he didn't, right? He's never gone ahead and said the words, I did not do this. He instead has kind of done tiptoed around it, essentially saying something like, that is not something I feel good knowing that I would do, or something like that. I don't know. He essentially just fills whatever response he has to give with a bunch of words that answer nothing. So, just like Drake, Doctor Disappointment is not like us. Happy Independence Day! I know I'm kind of late for this. I was kind of busy and held up, but happy Independence Day nonetheless. Videos will be coming out semi regularly, trying to do my best. When it comes to the show, the Saber Show, um, it will be coming out whenever, entertaining and interesting stuff in real life happened. I don't like to cover, dark topics or kind of politics or all that. So not a lot of that will be happening. But, like I said earlier, most of my content is gaming content, and there's a lot of more stuff out there than gaming. So the show will kind of be taking care of those things. So expect a lot and expect variety. There you go, variety. So yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. But that's the Saver Show. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.